Hello, everyone. Today I'm reviewing Renfield. It's the latest Nicolas Cage and Nicholas Hoult movie. Two Nicks. Now, I enjoy Nicolas Cage and all of his crazy fun features, and this is definitely one of his crazy fun one. I gotta say, it's really interesting seeing him as Dracula. He really plays it off pretty well. And same thing with the rest of the cast. They're really good. Now, I do have a few things to say about this movie. Well, obviously, I'm reviewing it, of course. Now, I gotta say, this movie definitely didn't get that much attention. It's not really doing that well in the box office, I think. And when I went to the theater, there weren't really many people there. In fact, there weren't even many showings for it. So I'm like, this movie deserves more attention because it's definitely a fun thrill ride of a movie, even though it definitely has its issues. It really has a good message about being in a toxic relationship, Nick being Dracula's assistant for all these years. I really like how they got into their backstory at the beginning of the movie, and I really like the style, the old-time style that they had with the black and white and the 4:3 ratio. That was cool. I kind of wish they had a little more of that, a little more backstory that played into it, but I think they might have had that idea already and they just, condensed it into the first scene. And I'm like, you know what? That's fine. That's fine, That would have completely changed the whole movie if they did that. But what they did here was great. The message was pretty good. It's a relatable message. Renfield, it goes to this group of people who are also dealing with a similar issue that he does. It kind of gives off Fight Club vibes. Not really much, though. When everyone thinks of Fight Club, they think of the twist ending. But no, I mean the whole self-help groups mainly. But I really like how that message plays into the overall theme of the movie. Though there are other aspects of the movie that are kind of strange at first. Because the pacing of this movie is strange. I want to say the first act is alright, but it's kind of messy. Because you get this whole personal growth story between this guy and this evil Dracula. And then you get this crime story going on in the background. And you got this maybe romance story going on. With a Rebecca character. Aquafina Rebecca character, girl from Shang-Chi. Yeah, she was good in the movie. And I really liked their her chemistry with Renfield, towards the end. At first, the crime themes of the movie and the whole other stuff going on, it feels like a separate movie going on while we're not focusing enough on Dracula, and I wish we got more insight on Dracula and a little bit more focus on them, because that part of the story is where it really shines the most, I gotta say. And you really see that stuff flesh out towards the end of the movie, and the end of the movie is great. It's a little bit messy at first, but all of these storylines intertwine with each other at the end, and so it ends up being worth it. It's also pretty interesting how Renfield has to eat bugs to get his powers. It's a very unique thing. It's not really much of a trope for vampire movies for that sidekick to do those things, so it's a pretty unique touch that it adds to the genre. I'd see it as a fun gag. I gotta say, the comedy here is pretty good. The action is surprisingly great. The stunts and choreography are done really well. There's a few Mortal Kombat inspirations in there too, which I love. And the blood is super over the top. The blood is obviously CG, and the effect looks kind of weird. It looks like a mix of orange and red when you see the blood. It just doesn't fit right with me. But at the same time, I'll give it a pass because, this movie doesn't completely take itself seriously. But the fights are pretty good, and I gotta say, it's a pretty passable experience. This movie definitely deserves a lot more recognition than it's getting. It's not really that popular. Obviously, it's being overshadowed by Mario right now, well, all of the movies are. I mean, Mario's kicking ass right now at the box office, which is a good thing. This movie is a fun, campy, crime thriller horror comedy. You see me putting all those words together, that's how you know that the premise is kind of messy. But it overall has a a deep theme with dealing with toxic relationships, and that's where it really shines the most. And all the other things I said about it before that were great about it. This movie was decent. So I gotta say, I'll give this movie a C+. Pretty interesting experience, I gotta say. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to go check out Chase Your Shadow Part 1 and 2 and leave a review for those movies in the comments below for those videos. And let me know if it deserves a rotten score or a fresh score or a certified fresh score. I kind of want to put like everyone's reviews of it all together and just give it like an average rating. I hope you guys have a good day or night or whenever you're watching this video, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.